Hello, hello. I'm returning this. And hello, Elysium. Today is not Mass Effect Monday, so it's not Mass Effect. And it's Disco Elysium today. I started it yesterday. Why are you watching that? I don't know. In any case, let's see. Game. It is there. Tested which integration and everything. I think. Hmm. Today I was supposed to have some gaming in the evening with friends in real life, but that was cancelled. If it hadn't been cancelled, I probably wouldn't have played today. Where were we here? What's this? What does that do? I don't know. Maybe you can see it, but I can't see it. Do we have? Our motor skills are pretty bad. We don't have level up points. What is that strange noise? Since this is only my second time playing this, and the first one was yesterday, I'm still quite not sure about things. Okay, what we have done, we have asked him to tell us about the case, we have found our other shoe, interviewed cafeteria manager, reported badge missing. And we have so many missions here. One of them is opening the trash container, and another is inspecting the victim's body. Which are pretty important, I think. We are not strong enough to open the container, so we will need to ask around for some help. And last time we were bullied by those kids. It's embarrassing, but such is life. Kids are difficult to deal with, at least in my opinion. There was this lady who was smelling some salts. Maybe she can help us. Help me deal with the body a bit.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think I could use some.
Sure. I'm done with them.
Oh, that's so nice. Full of ammonia. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Okay, I have to run. Yeah, we got ammonia, so now we should inspect the body hanging in the backyard of the whirling in rags. This is a preliminary inspection. You just need to suppress the urge to throw up and approach it. Yes. And where's the ammonia? Here. Why is this going like that? What the? I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. But maybe we can now smell the body. I mean, inspect the body. We shouldn't smell it, we'll throw up again. Hello there, buddy.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
That's still not great. Why is it so
Active
bad?
decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Yes. What is this? Maybe this will help us. Whatever this is. There's some money. And magnesium. What's that? We can't go there. What's this? I didn't notice these things before. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Nothing.
Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
Not great. You may retry this. Well, wait, it's stretching time. Let's stretch. Stretch. It's an early stretching time. A little more stretching. And well, why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
It's so beautiful.
Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Mammals like me.
No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What more is there?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
I need to be better at perception. I can't go there, or can I? Where are we walking? Let's look at Kim's spot. Can't do it very well. Oh wait. There might be something useful here. Maybe we can get keys from the manager. Hello manager, give us keys.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is. What is stirring in me?
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is
11-day
considered the
government.
father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
But it says 9-day government, but this says 11-day. What the? Why? Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Oh. Maybe I am grass myself.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
No, wait. Whisper and point to the back of your head. What if I am grass myself?
We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container.
Oh yes, we need those keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
Yes.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
What do you mean?
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
My body is ready. Okay, goodbye. What is this?
Hey, psst.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love and communism. What are we building now? Aren't we supposed to be cops? Neither has love. Should we stop building love too? But love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word on the street? Who's talking about me and communism? Why?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs.
What?
That kind of stuff.
I've said some madly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
What? Wait, first, what's this communism even about? Why are we building communism? Or are we not building communism?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Will I?
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
Sounds not smart.
You against the atom,
The
the
atom.
charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Thoughts? Hmm. Am I going to be a communism builder or not? I'm kind of on the side of I don't have it in me. But if I don't do it, who else will? That's the heart of the communism. Let's roll up our sleeves and start building communism.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
No! 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 I don't want to break eggs. But I guess I don't have a choice. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves further and breathe in the pristine air. Masovian socio-economics. Minus the visual calculus. Looks like reaction. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world and never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today. A spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes and Krasmasov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench, where it has been resting covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Oh no. Well, we can't do this, we can't internalize this. Well, I guess we are not building communism yet then. But we got the keys, didn't we? Maybe we did. I'm not quite sure. What does the journal say? Open trash container. Did he give us the key? I missed that while thinking about communism.
Can I help you?
I guess maybe I got the key. Or Kim got the key. I'll trust the fellow policeman. Can we open the container? What if we can't open the... What if we can't inspect the body properly? At all?
This trash container is locked.
Let's
The
open...
sliding lid has a padlock that says, work
Open
with
it.
a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Maybe I shouldn't. But didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Maybe I should trust my instincts, but let's open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Well, I have the gloves.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Just in time. Oh, lovely. Let's look under the boxes of cotton.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Okay, let's pick at the racks.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Pants. Let's grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Is it another corpse? No.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Let's reach for it. We are wearing the gloves.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ew. Let's bag it.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
A drawn-out towel, a mug. That's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Smart man. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Mug. I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique?
only in its social sensibility.
Taking the mug.
Mm-hmm.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay, I guess we are searching through the food waste too.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here.
Really?
What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Let's pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
How do you know if it's man's handwriting?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Great bloodlet. Hmm. Why did it get into the trash? Hmm. I've been grabbing my style. Open quality. Maybe I needed to lose it. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone went from the filing, threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk about it, right? Well, we are great artists. So... Hmm. It must have been grabbing my style.
Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes.
Okay, I'll do that. Makes sense.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Peers into the trash were soggy cartons and extinct uninvitingly.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Let's close
The
the lid.
container sounds a muffled gong.
It's closed.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Okay. What's this?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big, thick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Wait, what's that about ludicrous fantasy world?
Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer.
I see.
This is the beginning of your legend.
My legend. Fucking action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
What about this?
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
We got inexplicable.
There is
feminist-
something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual feminist. Somehow, you've come to that conclusion. Perhaps you can work your way back.
At some point, I was a feminist. An actual feminist. How could that be? Some kind of superstar. Temporary research bonus -2 logic. Still seems unlikely. We can't do this. We are internalizing these things. Pain threshold. Empathy minus electrochemistry. Would have to quit drugs to get there. Lonesome, long way home. But I don't know. It would be nice to find home. What's this? Who put the clothes in the trash? Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes. Ask Arthur if he knows. Read your ledger and name the case. Sure, we could try that, I think. Also, this weird mug. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent, frolicking in a field of saffron flowers. Buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. Can we interact with it? How do we interact with it? Interact.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do, or I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. Fraud and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? Maybe we'll be sensible. We'll try to be sensible. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective.
I see. What about this? This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Ew. Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Let's browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
I haven't completed my tasks.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Have attempted, but never finished any. Is 2 cases a week good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Mm-hmm. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out, alright.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Really? But should we?
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was some mention of a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
What do you mean?
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my. And they are written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Oh my. There's more.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
I see.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
That's the one.
Good. That's a good one.
He understands you're concealing something, sire.
Oh no.
But do you also use the titular?
Okay, yes, it appears I do.
Well, so do I. In our defense, officer, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I see. I seem to have a name. Named the case. The Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
How very amusing.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Oh. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Okay, let's commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you. Yeah, we got the pen.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Let's cross out the ones I've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
How nice.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Fine.
Yes, yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
I know it. What is anything else, please? Says conceptualization, which is our main skill. How about the setting sun?
Okay, it's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Shit on a stick.
Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
Well, there is the hanged man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Oh, Kim, you and your boring ideas.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I'm done inspecting this.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Let's inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Let's take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila!
Good
The
thing
ledger
we
now looks marginally better.
Good thing we were still wearing the gloves. Can I read the case files now? What? Kim explained the system. Let's do that.
It's proving to be harder than expected.
Wait, what?
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back
We
together.
failed.
Try again later.
But we are already like top logic. How can we get more? Let's browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms,
Yeah.
waiting to be filled out.
This is not my lucky day, it seems. And hello, Minna.
Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Field autopsy?
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. you see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Station call?
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
How threatening. Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Pleasantly vague. Should we maybe arrest the cafe manager so that we can live in there? Enough of this.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Oh, there was a pencil too. On your finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What is this sparkly sticker?
It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Or maybe it could have my name.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned the headlights of your kinema.
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all, thank you.
Okay,
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Let's look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Blue heart. But I'm so blue. Let's shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
The blue heart.
Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Speak inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Let's try to open the hidden compartment.
Is not what you end up doing. You
Well-
squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck.
Curses.
The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Let's do it. Let's smell it.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat. the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Can we browse the case files
Arson,
again?
petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of... You
I'm
don't
done.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Let's put the ledger away. What did we get? Pretty watermarks. Well, that's something. We should do that, I think. Kinema was here. Can we zoom out a bit? Yes. Oh, that's how much money we have. It's very little. Who's that? Is that a kid?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Oh. Let's press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Let's press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Okay, thank you. Let's close the door.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Let's look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
18 dots. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
Am I proud because I could count them or what? What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
Just 3. That's it.
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
It's going to explain them to me.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
What did I do? What did I do? I would go maybe with 1 or 6, but... Well, if you are voting that, I'll go with that. I got drunk like a megastar?
Yes, that does seem quite likely.
Indeed.
Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases.
Really?
Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see.
So many.
Wow, more than 200.
Yeah, 216 to be exact.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Yeah, but was I lying in my markings? See, Kim, I told you I was a superstar cop.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
Okay.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Kills.
You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Huh. So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Hmm. I've been in the service for 18 years, so... But how early can you enter the service? Have I been doing it for my whole life?
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Yeah. That's great. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Gives you a meaningful... Yeah. I guess my method was way too self-destructive.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Points to your yellow gardening glove.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Really? Is he serious? Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait. I'll look around.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?"
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
His finger near the top of the map on segment of coast jutting out into the Great Ocean. Seems nice,
No, it does not.
the lieutenant says without optimism. Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Okay, statistics. Where? Still not sure. There are...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers.
Put it away. Wait, what next? Still need to inspect the body, but we can't do it. Wait, there's the statistic. Sorry, cop. Communist. Fascist. Good cop, bad cop. People killed. Oh. Okay, so we should ask around, I guess. Let's ask inside. You getting your shit together? Not sure about that. Hey, there's a new person. Can we speak to him? Maybe he'll help us. What's that?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Way too long. An hour, 2 hours.
An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
Rum and lemonade. Oh no. Oh no. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
Let's not lick it. Can we not lick it?
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together.
Oh no. It's all about money, you know. Yeah. You gotta spend money to make money. But I have only so little money. We'll wake him up.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
Oh no. Can we wake him up?
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Which one? Shall I shout with words or without? Which one would be more artistic? Which integration doesn't allow for checking the thought cabinet? What is this the thought cabinet? Do I have to press this? I don't know if that works. But let's shut this. Wake up! This is an order. I am the law.
Why the yelling man?
The 30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look.
Looks like a Sow descendant. A lot of Sow dock workers around.
You're alive? You looked out for the long count there.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer?
Is that yours?
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait, no. Oh, it's empty.
I can't
Sorry
take
about
drinks.
that, pal.
What about the dead body in the yard?
Yeah, what about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have many of those hanging from the trees here?
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
So many dead bodies.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it. Looks like I'm that someone. Tell me what you know.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
What trouble?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
I see.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook.
Stretch.
So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
So they think the victim was a killer? Hey, do you know who's behind organizing this strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
See anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Bottomless darkness. Nothing. Bliss free of X. Some things. Alright, let's go with that. Was it pure nothing, your consciousness no larger than a single grain of malt?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No malt grains or whatever, no poetry stuff, just quality time.
By the way, the other button, the one with infinite mind. Let's chat what on whittling your attributes. You can drop one and raise one temporarily. You could use this to boost something up in a pinch, assuming chat compliant. Okay. That's good. Or, well, chat might comply or make things worse, I guess. I'll have to remember that.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection.
Wakefulness and detection. Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was.
Well, he's been sleeping almost all day here. Tell me about Wild Pines.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse.
Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would all be better off without the employers and their employment.
But what about their money? Are you going to eat the rich?
For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye.
Rubs his
Right
eyes.
to sleep, I say.
Alright, I'll let you sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
Well, that was something. Let's chat with the manager again.
Can I help you?
Thought cabinet. It's not this one. It's this one? You wanted to see this? That one is going on. How do you unlock this? We have a feminist agenda, Guillaume Le Million, and Lonesome Long Way Home. Using a skill point. I don't have any. I think. Maybe we'll get the level up. Someday. Well, here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Really? Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer.
Well, that's kind of fair. Who else has the keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road.
We can wish.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks, let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I've seen something here at the Whirling God. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
Tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Unlike me.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Is your meaningful nod. How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
I see. But I have to sleep. But I can't sleep here before paying. Oh no, am I going to have to sleep on the streets? Should go start fixing lunch. A bit late lunch. Is it? Have a nice one. Good lunch. I myself had some sushi today. Okay. I guess you wouldn't have been very hungry earlier then. There's something else I want to ask about.
What?
You feel like you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Perhaps I should. But I didn't see another thing. Oh, goodbye. Maybe we should ask Uno then. What is in the Union box? Does she have anything new to say?
Hello again, sweetie.
Should I beg money? I'm kind of desperate. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, This woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
What a nice woman. Let's tug on her heartstrings. Let's try this.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
A single manly tear. With that face. We still are wearing that face. That weird face. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a cold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. She's so kind.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, Saint Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races. The Saint Baptiste Dinghy Races were conceived as a biennial civic pride celebration and cash cow, but only took place twice, in 31 and 33. The 31 races are the subject of fond reminiscence. Those who were there will tell you of sun-drenched bleachers, pink bubbly, and bronze-legged studs in white shorts. The 33 races, on the other hand, were plagued by controversy over performance enhancers and very cold rain. After 2 local champions were stripped of their titles, the city decided not to hold the event again.
Interesting. Oh, this tip one. Where can I pawn the pin?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
About your pin?
I hope you're able to pawn that old trinket.
I just wanted to thank you again.
Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more.
What a nice lady. I've gotta get going now. But wait, this place is open now. It wasn't before. What's this? The dishes are drying. The smell of chemicals and pine trees. What's this? Money!
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please, it's not funny.
Okay, now. Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Hey, he understood the pots.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
It's blue.
You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I'm going to touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Let's try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
I already have a name for it? Yeah. No, the door is a mega investigation. I'm calling it Behind the Blue Door.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Okay. We should ask him. Hello, Gart.
Can I help you?
Gart, I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
No, there is a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just the frit warehouse, probably.
Probably.
Wondering about it is, of course, exactly what he's been doing for 10 years.
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage.
Yeah, but you're managing it, so shouldn't you know?
So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Oh, maybe there's something
Yes?
else. Goodbye. What did we get here? Return Lena's pin. Find a way to the secret passage. And what's this? Items? Oh, it's the pin. This unusually tasteful pin was produced to celebrate the Saint Baptist's summer dingy races. 31. It has the warm glow of a well-loved memento. Maybe we should wear these clothes. And maybe not this one. Maybe this one will help with finding clothes. But there's still a lot of people we haven't even talked to yet. Like this small one. What's this? This book has a pistol and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. So it's a bookstore. This is a book about pâté. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about boyardero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Very promising.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling.
Oh
But
no.
she's cold.
Poor thing. I can help by brutally dismantling the remote. You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
That's nice. But shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed?
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. I'm narrowing my eyes and looking through the cracking boards on the window.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
There are games too. But how does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Stroking my chin. Enough about the curse. For now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Hello, Blue Milk. My social plans got cancelled today, so a little bit of gaming. Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Rude. She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Oh, well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Wait, I don't look like Dick Mullen. Even though my friends at the precinct said that I'm Dick Mullen. Points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. What should I answer? It's not your body that's important in police work anyway, it's your... I used to be exactly like Mullenkai. Well, that's maybe I used to be. I found out that I have solved so many cases. 216 cases. I'm very smart. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway, it's your... I'm pointing my head.
Head? Yes.
Yes.
Not head, child. Heads.
Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer.
Isn't that very dangerous?
She examines the picture of Dick Mullen. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonic skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
Indeed. I'm, after all, a superstar police officer.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process.
Oh.
Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
That's nice. What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, poor people are boring.
I guess, yes. People in books are always very interesting, especially the romance people.
What about the book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? You are poor people. Are you boring?
I don't
Yes.
think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, no, no. Think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination, only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life. Phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
She looks at you with puzzlement. Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books, definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain?
An idea. That's enough romance for me. I had another question.
Maybe some about other books?
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Well, that's true. Name sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'll be a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show them.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Should be a book of you. So she's called. Afraid of the curse. Hey, I'm giving you the chance to do that if you can do that. I don't know if that's possible. If it does anything. But here we go. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them.
Even though I'm pointing my flashlight at her.
The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
He shoots you a suspicious glance. There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in your mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Recycling your body material. That's the way. Let's show her kindness and deduction. You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town.
It was okay, sir.
She's still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine, do better. Deduce something about me.
You're quite sober.
I'm quite sober. What the?
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Wait, how do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looks at you in the eye, a gleam of sympathy on her face.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Familiar? What's so familiar about this?
There's something you're missing.
Something I'm missing. Yeah. Help me or not. Yes, this is a difficult one. There are smiley faces on those things over there. Curious. Thank you for the help. Let's see.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
We've talked before. Hang on, so you know me? We've met before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time.
She sways back and forth on her feet. Poor girl, all the time.
You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are.
Oh, did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
Party eyes.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
I've had party eyes like that.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant.
Ah,
You were probably gurning too.
how lovely.
Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now.
No,
Snap those sequins on you, boy.
does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
Ah, I see. Thanks, I've learned something about myself today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
He smiles, a wide, helpful smile. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. What did we get? We got a level up thing. We can level up, I think. Can we level up this? Or this? No. We can level up something else. If we level this up, will that mean that we have? Does this have a? It's a -1. That's bad. But we kind of need. Was it endurance? Let's see what we need. We can up that when we. But let's go to the bookstore. Maybe we can buy books, except we don't have money. What's here?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Let's look through the pile of Wirral-related items.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
That has to be an RPG.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
That's very expensive.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
My children?
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have friends? I'm looking at the lieutenant.
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Look at me, who'd want to have children with me?
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
She fiddles her pendant.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
So what about all these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
Those kind of things? What
I've
kind
heard
of
they
things?
turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing it. She's one of those who think role-playing games are Satan's work. What's that? Old sports magazines tucked away. Dark corner. We don't want them. The book collects the national recipes of Ada. They are all about lake trout. Delicious.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The girl's mother.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
What would be the most fitting? He was very polite and helpful, yes. But I should have some morals, maybe. And if I'm going to go on the communist agenda, maybe I'm not going to create a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as Mayonette.
Vet inte spännande film. All this pressure has made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
But if I killed her, the kid wouldn't have her parent anymore. She would turn out like the other kids, the rude ones, by the dead body. That would be really bad for her.
A part of hers too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Adopt her, give her a home. Do I look like someone who could give her a home? I don't even remember if I have a home. Why do you have a home? Yeah, indeed. Do I even have a home?
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
Mm-hmm. The will of the market. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change.
Oh, she's counting to 10.
She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
Just put the lid in your head. But, you know, my gun is also missing, so I can't do that.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
Do it the old-fashioned way. What's the old-fashioned way? Do I just stab her with my lamplight? You don't have a bullet either, mind you. That's true. Will I have to find bullets too if I find my gun? But also, I have only killed 3 people ever. At least on duty, I guess. Let's say, you like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is he? You do have pry bar, maybe you could just touch on her. Maybe. I guess I will have to have an option for that. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Of course, yes. This economy.
Exactly.
Is his husband Annette's father?
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Wait, Grand Couronne, what is that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
For sure. And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Which means he doesn't help at all.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Alright, I had something else in mind.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
I wish I could buy them, but I can't. I don't have enough money. So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Yes, alright, I'll take a look at that.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Well, for now. Book peddler. What's this?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Let's examine this strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
And that bookstore lady says that the people who do role-playing games are cultists.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are these Seminese? Every accusation is a confession.
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Should we ignore the curtains for now or not? We could ignore them and just go forward, not bother them. But it looks like there is something behind there. Okay, let's pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hands are closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. She's probably a cultist. Yeah, she has a weird pendant and everything.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's almost begging me. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
What is that? Breakthrough imminent. For this, I see. Madam, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth. Baffled by her own bluntness. What? Nobody was killed there. Was it your husband who was killed there?
I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
Powers? Should we go in there or wait a bit? Right, let's face the powers. I don't care, you can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Like opening curtains?
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
I'm very curious cat right now.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Well, there is still the option to get away from them and go talk to the lady, ask more about that. Alright, we are going to rip them apart this time. For real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
There's those wards.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer?
Dealer?
You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
So I don't have a home. Perception raised to 5. Oh, sad. Oh, so now that we have the skill point, we could get something from here. But let's not do that. We have just opened this curtain. What is in there? Let's save. Well, we did a quick save. What's this? Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. And then there is the mysterious door. Can we save properly?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Threshold? Let's knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Pain threshold. It's kinda low. We could try to open the door. If it's possible. Should I try it? I'll try it. Ow. That hurt.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
I might kill myself if I did that. Oh, stretching time. Lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. I don't know, should we stretch? We should always stretch, but what should we say if we try that again? Or should we not try that again? Alright, let's try it again. Let's smash into the door. So, fuck the system! Oh, I think my friend has something to say. What is it?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dust floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Yes, that's good.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed.
Closed gym. Yeah, I knew I should take the flashlight out. That's why I have been using it all this time.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
There's a ball. It means money, maybe. Does it mean money? Items. Ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime for elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. A sin? But money. Worn-out wall bars. They look unsafe. The poster says Citius Fortis, or well, Citius Fortis, and the rest is unclear.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
Whose ball you threw in the water? There were those, yeah, the elderly gentlemen, but I think they were using petanque balls, like small metallic balls. I think it was a different ball, but I don't know. We could try to give it to them.
It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Oh no. I'm scared. Maybe we should do this first.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
No collars on the barbell. Safety
Why
hazard.
does it feel so familiar?
Let's enter. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There's no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of a bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Did I injure myself doing some sports?
It's just a memory. A memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Looks like it wouldn't be a good idea to lift that. Maybe if we were a stronger man. What's this? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. What is this? Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. What is a demijohn? I don't know what that is. Oh, let's see this first. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. This is a weird storage room. Where are those mannequins? Money! A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. What is this? Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. It's blue! Blue is important. More money. It's a good thing we got here. We got some money. What's this? Skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor plates bearing slipstream logo. What's this?
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I see. I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Perhaps. But the question is, which did they start with, and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
What's in here? We got an autosave. What's that? A cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, Production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Also, it's worth a lot of money that we don't have. Was there anything else in here? No. What is this?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural.
It's a elf or goblin or something with a sword.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Let's inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
Sounds cool.
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin.
Yes, we should.
One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's examine the Welkin. This must be important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
I'm a furry. Yeah, we should. But this kind of looks more like an elf or something like that than a furry, unfortunately. But could we become a furry?
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures.
Hey, Kim. One of them is a Welking supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Lieutenant nods at the Welking's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Hey, don't mess with my imagination, Kim. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Let's look at those photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Let's look at the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50.
Last year.
Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Those are from the last year.
Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Let's keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. the board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Let's inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
What are those noises?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
No, they were doing agile. Yeah.
The radio computer.
But it was error.
Just sitting here without anyone inside.
It was run, not agile. Sitting here without anyone inside. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's try to turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber,
It's working.
revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard.
Where does the
hatch
energy
on the
come from?
machine's central compartment is wide open.
Not faster than thing abroad. Let's look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
And let's insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Did we call somebody? Please repeat, is this the production schedule? What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
I think it was, yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Oh no. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Would using authority work? Probably not. I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Such logic. Maybe we'll find a password.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
What did you call me, Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear the flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
Radio games.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what is that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
What are you, a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Oh,
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian Station.
Mm. At the East Insulindian Station. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
She's lonely. She wants to talk to people all day.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
How about print?
Nothing happens.
Let's
The
take...
filament slides out of its glowing nest.
What if I press play nothing?
Nothing happens.
Yeah. Can we find a password?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
Strangely ancient. This?
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
This must be an elaborate piece of art. I'm not a doctor.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who's the game master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Sounds nice.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
Yes, so this must be just a remote station for that.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Oh no, why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Oh, what else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
What's this? Scribbled across the notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Wait, he has something to say.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Well, it looks like some kind of RPG thing. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
And what do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Yeah. How were they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
This world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it,
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
he says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
What's this? Money and some more meds. Is that a freezer?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
That's ominous.
The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is this thing? Looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Let's crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Well, Kim is nervous. You think one of us has a gun? Let's look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Shelves are empty. All you see are crumbled ice cream wrappers with the brand name. Who puts trash in the fridge after they take it out from there and eat it? Does anyone really do that? Let's examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What's that note from the door?
You pocket the note, and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
I took the magnets too. What is a giant pear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they try to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
Yes.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Yes, let's close the door. Why is it still running? Is this why? Was that a rat? I think I saw a rat. An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Oh, we can interact with this. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator's door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Wow, let's read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
The kid, that annoying kid.
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
That is surprising, yes. But maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right?
Slow.
It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
I'm not surprised that there is that too in this game, with that weird Finnish kid. All kinds of random nationality and language stuff hidden away. Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
Yeah, you mean Kuno.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
It's probably not away. But wasn't it this one here? It wasn't this one. Wait, what's in here? A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. It's still running. What's this? Oh, a health potion or whatever.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Should we take them off? Red one, ice bear fridge.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Let's take the unplug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Okay, I put plug in the black cable.
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
If Kim doesn't like me plugging it off, then no. I got a new clothes item. Where did you even get that one? No, really. Who put it in the drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. Drama. Clinically insane. What about this? But this gives us a +1 conceptualization. But it smells bad. But this doesn't smell bad, so... Gives us drama. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Oh no. Oh, there's more here. Is that money? Can we get money? Still not enough money. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Rats. Can't catch those.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
Wait,
it
we could
has
do this.
a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Let's try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here.
I do have one.
If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory.
What if
From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
What if we try to turn the ice cream crank?
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
No. Let's take that pry bar and try.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen
Pry
shut.
bar not strong enough. Well, we could still try it. Maybe. Yes.
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Okay. We will find out eventually. Was there anything else in here? What is this? The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible for now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
A furnace? Furnace? Why is there a furnace?
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Face of agony. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Let's look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Smear your hands with coal. We should do that, we are artists.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
Let's kick it.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Shouldn't have done that. Oh. We almost died, I think. We should not do that kind of things. At least we learned something. Let's leave. It's an autosave. But I think there was a door or something in here. So we can continue our adventure this direction. What's in there? Oh. We are here again. Maybe we should ask Kuno some questions.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Kuno, I threw up and I can't investigate the body now.
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking pathetic.
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Maybe you got some advice for me. I mean, you are obviously handling it quite well.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you.
The kid looks to his left and then to his right and then leans towards you.
What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter.
What?
Don't ask questions. Roll with it. It will work. I promise.
Kuno-fied non-vomiter. Here I come.
That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno-fied non-vomiter. Let's save. And see if it helps.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
It's still really low. Should we increase our endurance? Maybe we should. Or we could first try that thing. Yeah.
There he still
Let's
is,
try it.
looking right through you. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Aww. That's horrible. I think I don't want to be a cop anymore.
Get a hold of yourself.
You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
I see. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
Oh no, that's depressing.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there, if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
I see.
A white lie.
No.
Not being hungover helps too.
Ah. So maybe tomorrow? Maybe it's easier? Can't we do something else? I don't think I want to solve something else now.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that,
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
you need to get your shit together.
I do. Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. Whip that thing. Well, we could do that. But we need a slot for that. There goes the EXP. Your shit is apart and is rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that, together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. Okay, no. We should do that. Break him, Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
That's hard. It's a white check. Let's try it. Let's try to figure out what's going on with this kid.
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
It's Kuno S. But what about the other kid? Interesting. Streamer luck. Yeah. But well, I did fail that one. That should have been easy. Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something, something very bad.
She's done something very bad.
She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses.
True.
All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
I see. Let's act on it and try to separate them. Kuno, psst.
Fuck you whispering about?
He whispers back.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Kuno, listen to me. She's trying to control you. We gotta get you out of here.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for life.
I see, so I should try that again then. Kuno talks to you. Well, we could try it again, immediately. But
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Kuno, City of Rage, Night City. What's going on there? I'm intrigued.
No!
The evil shit behind the fence hacks, like she's coughing up a furball.
You told him about it and now he knows your name!
The city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here. Fuck did you want?
Explain himself? As if explaining some kind of work? Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time?
I'm intrigued.
You must get to the bottom of this one of these days. Sadly, it's unlikely to happen today.
Oh, it's locked. Need more empathy now. I wanna discuss the body with you again, Kuno.
The fuck about it?
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hello there, evil little
I'll die
shit.
before I squeal, pig.
Listen, child. That corpse made me puke twice, and I was wondering why you don't.
Stay away from me, pig! You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Maybe I do.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hey, kid.
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got done. Talk to me.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
You there, behind the fence.
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
You do?
I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Let's walk away. Not very successful. How do we get there? Can't get there. But I think I have to wrap this up today. Now that we have spoken with the nice children again. Without punching them. Save the game. And done. And times are here. Can we write anybody? Nah. Maybe we don't write anybody now. I have to almost run. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. And well, tomorrow is the Pokemon stream again, but I might stream this game on Friday. Or not, we'll see. And if not, then I'll continue next week. And see you again. Bye bye.